Hi there, I'm Athena Perrakis, the founder of Sage Goddess, the world's largest online source for gems and minerals and metaphysical tools of all kinds, as well as metaphysical education. You can find me at sagegoddess.com. And I'm here today to teach you about my top 12 healing crystals. These are the 12 crystals you cannot be without for mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. So hopefully today you're going to learn something new. I'm going to try to encourage you to go back through your own gem and mineral collection. I bet you have a couple of these already. And then if you're missing anything, of course, would welcome you to visit sagegoddess.com, where you'll find all of the crystals I'm teaching you about today and much more. So let's get started. I'm going to start with a basic, but you know what? It's a very important crystal. This is amethyst. Amethyst, one of my favorites. I love the color purple, as you can probably tell from my hair. The word amethyst, the name amethyst, comes from the ancient Greek amethystos, which means not drunk. The ancient Greeks, of course, loved their wine, and in their beautiful Bacchanalian festivals, they would put a piece of amethyst in their chalice or their wine glass. They thought it kept them from getting drunk, and they thought it also helped them avoid hangovers the next day. What I can tell you about amethyst is it's a very powerful detoxifier. So if you are trying to eat better, heal your body, detoxify mentally, physically, emotionally, or spiritually, amethyst is going to help you clear unwanted energies. And that does it from your body as well. It also helps you fall asleep more easily and stay asleep. So it's a really good stone for those of you who might struggle with insomnia. Next up, another basic stone, but one you have to have in your collection as a crystal healer or as someone who seeks healing. This is Smoky Quartz. Smoky Quartz is a beautiful light brown version of quartz. You do sometimes see it darker than this, and it can be either naturally irradiated, meaning that it got warm inside of Gaia's belly as it was growing, and it becomes a darker brown. So the hotter it gets, the darker it gets. Or some manufacturers actually artificially irradiate smoky quartz to achieve a darker, more intense color. I'll tell you something, the lighter color is just as powerful. What does smoky quartz do? So the legend with smoky quartz is that it used to be clear, but it turned brown because it was taking all of the toxins and all of the disease, energy, and everything out of your body and holding it away from you. I don't think that's the true reason why smoky quartz is brown, but it does help to explain some of the ways in which it does its healing work. Smoky quartz is a stone, for example, that I offer to clients or to family or friends who are going through chemotherapy or other extreme physical treatments, because it helps to mitigate some of the harmful effects of those medications and yet allow you to enjoy the benefits of that treatment or medication that you're looking for. It also helps to detoxify and remove impurities in the energy field of your home. So I always tell people, keep a generator or a pyramid or a sphere of smoky quartz near your front door as people come into your home. If they're carrying a low vibration, if they're carrying any kind of negative energy, that smoky quartz is going to take it and hold on to it so that it doesn't come into your home. Next up on my healing favorites list, my top 12, is a mineral inclusion that you often find in quartz known as chlorite. This is a stunning chlorite phantom. Do you see the lines going around? A phantom is anytime you see a mineral inside quartz echoing the growth formation of the external form of the quartz. So do you see how the tip of that quartz is formed with that many faces, and then the phantom sort of is almost like a line that gets traced around the edges of that. So it's growth within growth is a phantom. These phantoms are chlorite, and chlorite is a very healing mineral. Chlorite and bloodstone, which is the next stone I'm going to show you, are the two pain relievers of the gem and mineral kingdom. And so these are two that I work with and that I recommend to clients. And you want to just simply be holding your crystals, your healing crystals, or applying them to your body, especially if you're using something like bloodstone, which is this crystal right here. Apply it to the area where you are experiencing pain. Now this is bloodstone, and the ancient Greeks called it bloodstone because it looks like there's little drops of blood. Do you see the little red spots? But that's actually just jasper. Bloodstone is a combination of green and red jasper, but it does have pain relieving properties. And so when I prescribe it or when I work with it, I just put it directly on the area where I'm experiencing any kind of pain. It also helps to facilitate better circulation in your body. Bloodstone does. And so it's another one that I recommend as well for endurance athletes, again, who have to maintain a certain level of comfort in their body to be able to engage in the activities that they like to do, whether it's running or any kind of athletic skiing. And so Bloodstone can be a really good one to help prevent injury and also to maintain comfort in the body when you are doing any kind of extreme activity. All right, next up, I have a master healer crystal that you may not have heard of. This is known as Sugilite. And Sugilite is a very rare crystal that comes from South Africa. It grows with manganese, which is a healing mineral itself. That's actually how Sugilite was found. When they were mining for manganese, they discovered Sugilite. It's this beautiful sort of light blue, lavender, sometimes you see dark purple and a very bright electric blue inclusion that's known as Rhodochrosite. It's actually a separate mineral. But Sugilite is developing a very interesting reputation as a stone that heals conditions of the central nervous system. And so I have many clients and friends in my own experience. I have multiple sclerosis, but I have clients and friends who experience the same kind of nerve pain with their fibromyalgia, with lupus. And so if you have any kind of neuralgia or nerve pain, Sugilite is a very helpful ally in supporting your recovery and supporting your healing. One of the first crystals I worked with on my healing journey, which began about 10 years ago, was blue-green kyanite. This comes to us from Pakistan. There's actually a vein of this blue and green kyanite together that runs along that Pakistani-Afghan border. And so the blue kyanite helps with balance, really good for vertigo if you get dizzy. And the green kyanite is a master healer of the body systems, also supports the hormonal systems in the body. And again, when you find a nice flat piece like this, you can just lay it on the body as a crystal healer anywhere you're experiencing pain or discomfort. And if you're using it for its balancing properties, I find that just holding it between your hands in prayer pose calls your entire energetic system into a deeper state of balance. So that's blue-green kyanite. Heart healing opens a whole other door in terms of crystal healing favorites. So these are my 3 favorite heart healing stones, and they each do something a little bit different, so I want to talk to you about them one by one. This is a stone known as Chrysoprase. Chrysoprase actually heals the physical heart, so if you have cardiac challenges, this is a good stone for you. Chrysoprase is also a stone that we use to heal old trauma, old wounds, even lineage wounds, karmic wounds from past lives that you've lived, or any kind of trauma that's stored in your body that isn't from this lifetime. Chrysoprase is really good at moving those energies. If you're in a relationship and you're struggling to see the beauty in each other or struggling to find your way back in love, Rhodonite, which is this beautiful pink and black mineral, is the crystal for you. And Rhodonite helps you see the light and shadow of love, and it helps you to see your partner in a new way, which again, it's a heart opening medicine, which I consider also a heart healing medicine, can help couples who've been struggling find their way back to each other in peace and in harmony. And then if you've had recent heartbreak, Chrysoprase is for old heartbreak, but recent heartbreak where your heart just needs to be held, the most tender of all the heart healing stones, without question, is Rhodochrosite. It's this beautiful bubblegum pink mineral. This piece comes from Argentina, although you'll find Rhodochrosite in Peru as well, and it looks slightly different. Metaphysically, the properties are exactly the same, so really it comes down to the aesthetic of what you prefer, and my preference is always for Argentinian Rhodochrosite. I just love the color. I love the markings, those beautiful little orbits. Isn't it special? And so this is for heartbreak in recent years. I would say as far back as 10 or 20 years. If you're going to heal heartbreak that's further back than that, Chrysoprase and then even further back, dioptase are going to be your old trauma healers in the heart. This is for recent heartbreak. Now, if you are a healer and you help heal other healers, there's a crystal for you too, and it's known as Prehnite. Prehnite is this beautiful mineral. This is Australian Prehnite, so it's super gold and yellow in color. This Prehnite comes from China, so it's more of a lime green, color, they're both equally effective, just like the two forms of rhodochrosite. So it becomes an aesthetic question of which color you prefer. I do love the Australian because I do love that beautiful golden green color. This is a stone that, as an empath, helps you heal healers without taking on their health challenges or their emotional challenges or their mental or spiritual challenges as your own. So it protects your energy field as you do your healing work in the world. And that's really important for all of us, I think, especially if you, again, are a light worker, body worker, Reiki practitioner, anyone who's interacting with clients, especially if your clients are healers themselves. Next up on my must-have list of healing crystals is malachite. Isn't it beautiful? Malachite is a healer of the divine feminine, and in particular, the female reproductive system. Malachite's also known widely as the doula stone or the pushing stone. It has a reputation for helping ease labor pain during delivery, just holding the crystal. But then afterwards, it really supports overall health of the female reproductive system. And so this is one that I think every woman should have in her collection. If you're trying to create healing space in your home or in your yoga studio or wherever you do your healing work, one of my favorites to create a healing environment, to raise the frequency or vibration of healing throughout your home, is green Apophylite. This is green Apophylite from India. It's a member of the Zeolite family. Isn't it beautiful? This is like a perfect Apophylite cube. And this is a tricky one to find. We always have it at sagegoddess.com because it's one of my favorites, and I really believe in its ability to bring healing. It also has pain relieving properties, and I have plenty of clients who actually prefer green Apophylite over Bloodstone for relief from pain. So you might try both and see which one works best for you. A green Apophylite is also a perfect stone to keep in your bedroom. Some crystals make it difficult to sleep. Too much quartz in your bedroom will raise too high of a frequency, and it'll have you getting up in the middle of the night. So if you have trouble sleeping through the night, make sure there's no quartz or carnelian in your bedroom. Those are like stone caffeine. They're going to keep you awake. Apophylite, amethyst will help you fall to sleep. Sodalite will help you stay asleep without having nightmares. It's called the dream catcher stone. So you might think about that too. And then I want to tell you about my favorite stone for mental healing. If you have anxiety, if you've struggled with depression, this is lepidolite, and it's your new best friend. I think everyone needs to have a piece of lepidolite in their collection. This is rough natural lepidolite, which, by the way, grows with tourmaline, grows with a variety of other minerals. Sometimes you'll find lepidolite with pink tourmaline in it, which is really beautiful. And then this is polished lepidolite. And again, all you have to do is hold it. It works really well for children. If your kids have low-level anxiety, have them sleep with lepidolite, have them hold lepidolite. It's a really powerful crystal for easing anxiety. It is actually micanized lithium. And so I think that's the secret to it, is that you're actually looking at lithium in gemstone form to ease your anxiety. So those are my top 12, although I mentioned a few others beyond just my basic 12. Those are my top 12 favorite all-time crystals for healing, mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. I hope you found this really helpful. Again, if any of these crystals spoke to you, you can find them at sagegoddess.com. And if you would like to learn more about crystals, would love to invite you to join me for my brand new program called Soul Shift that just launched in January this year. It's open for registration all year long. It's never too late to join us. And you can find more information about Soul Shift at sagegoddess.com/soul-shift. Enjoy, everybody. Happy healing. Cheers to your health.